Introducing Peacock, the new free streaming service from NBC Universal. It's hit movies, current shows, live sports, trending bits, and timeless hits. And that's why you can't not watch. Peacock. Watch for free, upgrade for more. Stream now at peacocktv.com. Law & Order SVU streaming now.
It's confusing out there. Trudy wants to go to the office tomorrow. She needs that work-life separation. But she also needs to work in pajamas. Work says nothing. She's confused. James wants to call his old man, but calling someone old is wrong, right? It's okay to be old, just not to be called old. Is it adjectives that are the problem? He's confused. These are confusing times, which is just about the right time to have the Burger King Impossible Whopper. A Whopper made without beef that tastes just like a Whopper. I don't know.
It takes a revolution, forget the scandal industry. We've been talking a lot about peaceful and legal revolution and how it's necessary in light of everything that's going on with the takeover by the radical left, with the two pawns, alleged President Joe Biden, alleged Vice President Kamala Harris. But now let's talk about the scandal industry, which is the flip side of the coin, because it's the Republican establishment, which is showcased on Fox News all the time. Karl Rove's become their major commentator, an incredibly corrupt individual, looks more like Porky Pig than anybody who's terribly serious with his stupid erasing board or whatever it is. So I think it's good to erase him politically. The Republican Party's dead. It's finished. But there are groups out there that don't know that it's dead and finished because they make money off of the Republican Party. Money talks and nobody walks. And that's the Conservative Political Action Conference, known as CPAC, part of the American Conservative Union. Make no mistake about it, ACU is not really conservative. It's a bunch of Republican lobbyists. It's pay to play. Its head, Matt Schlock, his name's Slap, or whatever his name is, frankly, I try to forget it, is simply a political hack. Remember that before Donald Trump was elected, CPAC and Matt Schlapp were supporting every other conservative candidate, in quotes, conservative, including Ted Cruz, who's finished, who just took a trip to Mexico when his people were dying in Texas, rather than Donald Trump. It was only after he was elected that they threw his lot with him. And of course, that makes money for them. It's a huge amount of money. So don't be fooled. The fact that Fox News is showcasing CPAC tells you something. They're flip sides of the same coin. Neither of them are up for a revolution. They're just up for making money. And in fact, how do you get an award and how do you get to speak at CPAC? Let's take my former colleague, Tom Fitton. They pay $50,000 a year approximately. Go look at the 990s at judicialwatch.org and see how much money is contributed. You want an award? You want to be able to speak at CPAC? Turn over the cash, the cold cash. So that's what it's about. And the American people need to know that we need to do it for ourselves. Forget about these things. It's not about entertainment. It's not about hearing the same speeches over and over and over and over and over again with the same people you see in Fox News, CPAC. Fox News has gone left. Fox News stabbed the president in the back. Everybody stabbed the president in the back in terms of the Republican establishment. So it's time to rise up. Turn off Fox News, turn off CPAC, and get to work and join Freedom Watch, USA.org, or Justice League. Read my book, See the Plan, Citizens Grand Juries. While they're down there in Florida basking in the sun, I'm working up new lawsuits, including one against Governor Cuomo for killing all these people in nursing homes. This is what we need to do. We need citizens grand juries. Biden will seek his indictment on March 17th of this year, along with his son Hunter and Frank Biden. It's time for the American people to rise up. We need a third Continental Congress to reenact our Constitution, to take immunity away from judges and public officials. They don't have it now when they violate constitutional rights, but judges will not enforce that. because they protect each other and they protect government officials. What do you think they are? And that is why we saw on January 6th the people rise up. As I've said, yeah, there were some bad people on both sides, but very few. Most of them were the American people who said we can't take it anymore, who reached a boiling point, who did a miniature storming of the Bastille. And now, of course, you have Biden's Gestapo at the FBI going out, rounding everybody up to quell dissent, and 20,000 troops in Washington, D.C., because this government fears it's going to be overthrown. Well, you know what? We're going to do it peacefully and legally. We're not going to do it in a violent way because the people are beginning to recognize the clowns, court jesters, and criminals that run our so-called government on both sides of the aisle. So when you watch CPAC this week, what you're watching are a bunch, generally speaking, of political hacks making a scandal industry to enrich themselves, but doing little or nothing to save this country. So I want you to go out and read my book. You can find it at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, at freedomwatchusa.org. With a contribution of $50 or more, we'll send it to you for free. We use that for the valuable work that we are doing. But we are not down in CPAC lounging in the sun this week. We're working. And turn off the scandal industry, not just Fox News, but that includes CPAC. Forget about Fox Nation. Fox Abortion is more like it. And get to work. This is what we need to do because time is short. The country is already dead. We have to bring it back from the dead. Biden and Kamala Harris have already killed the body politic of this country. And you can see that with refugees, so to speak, swarming across our southern border unchecked. God bless you. God bless your America. And God save you and your family. Remember, God and his son help those that help themselves. It's time to wage a second American revolution. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast. Until then, thank you for listening to me.
Hello?
Hi, I'm calling on behalf of the Mice Nest.
Mice nest?
Yes, Mice Nest. It's a nest of mice. They finished chewing through your RV wiring, so the fire should start soon.
Can we cancel that?
Oh, sorry. Once scheduled, they can't really stop because they're mice. A nest of them.
RV owners can't schedule when things go wrong on the road. That's why there's Progressive, a leader in RV insurance.
Oh, and if you could stay on the line for a quick survey.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
With no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, banking with Capital One is like the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Charles Barkley in a pickup game.
We'll take Barkley.
Ha! First pick. Sorry, kids.
Yep, even easier than that. And with our top-rated app, you can bank anytime, anywhere, making Capital One an even easier decision.
Okay, here's the plan. Pass me the ball every time.
This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
New consumer accounts only. Approval required. Terms apply. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.